Hi guys, so this is a continuation video in relation to how you can support the young child to transition either from one activity to another or from one environment to another. So this is a continuation series. In my last video, I looked at timer, I looked at visual aids and how you can use this to support the young children to transition from one activity to another. So this is a continuation video. So if you've not watched this video, I'm going to leave the link down below so that you can keep up to date. So let's do a quick recap. Let me start by defining what is transition. So transition in the early childhood is the process whereby young children, they transition or they move smoothly from one activity to another or from one environment to another with the support of the educator or the parent. So they are not doing this on their own, supporting them to transition smoothly, and this will have a positive in relation to their well-being. So now let's talk about songs. Is another strategy that you can implement in relation to supporting the children to transition from one activity to another. Do songs, for instance, tidy up songs. Just clean up, everybody do your share. 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 So you're encouraging the children to tidy up, you're singing the songs, you're joining the activity as well, not just saying, oh, boys and girls, you tidy up alone, you're doing up with them as well. Okay, sing our tidy up songs now. Okay, girls, let's tidy up after ourselves, let's tidy up our toys, let's sing our tidy up songs. So it's very interactive. The children are singing, they're laughing, they're giggling, and at the same time they're tidying up after them. Instead of you saying, boys and girls, it's time to tidy up now, we stop whatever we're doing, let's go, let's tidy up. It's rigid, it's not fun. And you have to think about early childhood. Early childhood is all about the children having fun. You want them to tidy up, incorporate songs. They're singing, they're moving, they're laughing, and at the same time they're still tidying up. You know your aim, you want them to tidy up, but you have to do this in a fun way. You have to incorporate songs into your tidy up so that when the children are singing, they know that it's time for them to tidy up as well. You know, they are happy. It's like using one stone to kill two birds. They are singing, not their songs at the same time, they're tidying up, and you're using this as an avenue to build relationship with the children. You're singing the songs with them, you're tidying up with them as well, you're joining the process. It's going to be fun. It's all about, social development as well, language development. They're using their words, their non-verbal expressions, they're expressing themselves. So think of also holistic development as well in relation to supporting the children to transition from one activity to another. About the key, I'm going to STEM. So let me explain. This might be the first time you're coming across the key worker system. So the key worker system, for instance, educator, this is a person that is like a middleman between the early childhood setting and the parents. So it's always an early childhood educator. So one early childhood educator is assigned to a child, and this early childhood educator will be the middleman between the preschool setting and the parent. So this is the person that is responsible for the child, everything that the child is doing. They want to know more information about the child. They are liaising with the parent. If the parent has any concerns about their children as well, it's this person that they approach in the preschool. So this person is known as the key worker. So this is the person that is mainly in charge of the child, anything that has to do with the child. They observe the child, they find out a lot of things about the child. Don't get me wrong, it doesn't mean that other early childhood educators are not responsible for the child. They are responsible for the child as well, but this particular educator is the responsibility about the child, documenting the child's progress, liaising with the parent if the parent has any concerns about their children. It's this person that is known as the key worker they relate to. For instance, if the child is just starting in the preschool, it takes time for them to settle, to transition. So the key worker person is with the parents as well and the child. You know how it is daunting, the child leaving their environment for the first time, moving into the preschool. It's challenging. So the key worker is the person that relates with the parent, give them tips, help the child to settle. So the child sees this this key worker person as somebody that they can relate to, as somebody that is in charge of the child, encouraging the child to settle anything that happens in relation to the child transitioning from the home to the preschool. The key worker relates to the parent. If the parent has any issues as well, any worries about their child in relation to transitioning, so the key worker person will also relate with the parents as well. So the key worker system is also important in relation to encouraging the children to transition from the home into the preschool, about the child's interest. If the key worker observes something, if the key worker observes the preschool, they relate this to the parent. If the parent observes something different at home or they're experiencing any challenges, they have to relate to the key worker systems. The key person is like the middleman between the preschool and the parents. So the parents are not on their own. You know, as parents are the primary caregiver of their young children, the key worker is not alone as well. They are both doing this together with the sole aim of doing what? Of supporting the child to transition from the home between the. Also important, there should be connection between two microsystems, which is the home and the preschool, in order to support the young child. So I hope you found this video in relation to transitioning in early childhood. If you do, kindly subscribe. Not just only subscribe, turn on the notification bell so that whenever a new video is being dropped on this channel, you definitely be the first person to be notified. And until I come your way next time, stay safe and mind yourselves for now. Bye.